Welcome, everybody, to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Trackside NASCAR Outlet ARCA series here from Iowa Speedway. Sorry about the little bit of a mess on the screen there. We're going to get that fixed up there. We're getting ready for 100 laps of action here from Iowa Speedway. Welcome to the stream. Glad to see everybody with us here tonight. Whether you're watching live or you're watching after the fact, we do appreciate you tuning in. 100 laps here at Iowa Speedway. Newly repaved corners here at Iowa is going to make things a little bit more fun for these drivers, a little bit more grip. The bumps have been kind of worked out of this racetrack. It's going to be a great run right now. Jamie Horn currently the top of the leaderboard. Let's take a look at the points coming into tonight. See Justin McMahon currently at the top of the leaderboard. Raymond Rittenor back in second. Hunter Simpson moves up one spot in the third. Nathan Lawrence falls back in the fourth. Jackson Sibley up in the fifth. 10-spot jump for Brandon Trush up into the sixth spot. Brandon Lopez jumps up 5 spots in the seventh. John Smith falls back 3 spots in the eighth. +2 for Josh Cully up in the ninth. And then Mike Lethwich loses 3 spots back in the 10th. We'll leave this up on the screen so you can see where your favorite driver is currently, as we have just a few more minutes to go here. Actually, we got about a minute left here from Iowa. And let's ride along here with Ray Rittenor. We'll ride right on top of the roof. Or not. There we go. Let's ride along with Ken Byers. CC's working the outside here, side by side. That was with the 61. Right down to the bottom of the racetrack. And Iowa used to be a track where you could kind of run the higher line. And now you're seeing these drivers kind of getting themselves down to the bottom. So it's going to be a little bit of a unique race here tonight. I can already see a little bit of short track racing. This track reminds me a lot of Richmond as the checkered flag comes out here in practice. Again, very similar racing style to Richmond. So we should see very similar racing that we normally see in Richmond as well. Of course, tonight's race series is brought to you by NASCAR Trackside Outlet. NASCAR Trackside Outlet is your authorized Lionel dealer for everything NASCAR Cup, O'Reilly's, and Craftsman Truck Series, as well as they have a full line of mini and full-size helmets, hats, flags, coolers. Check them out and their store. Follow them on Facebook or check them out their website at NASCARTracksideOutlet.com. Let's see who our first drivers are to hit the racetrack here for qualifying. Here we see Jamie Horn coming out onto the racetrack. He comes off the backstretch on his first of 2 laps. Off of turn number 4, coming to take the white flag here on his qualifying attempt. Through turns 3 and 4 and coming to the stripe. And Jamie Horn, let's see where he's going to qualify. Currently the fastest driver, and he will stay up at the top of the leaderboard for now. Frank Hughes Jr. goes second quickest. Now Mark Dumont jumps up into that second spot. Here comes Jackson Sibley. New look for the 18 here tonight. Coming off of turn number 4, making his way to the stripe. And Jackson Sibley is going to jump up into the 4th position currently. Here's Brandon Trush. Big points jump after last week. Comes off turns 4. Oh, catches the outside wall. That's going to disallow his time. So his time will not count here, as here we see Nathan Lawrence coming off of turn number 4 down across the stripe. And Lawrence is going to go up into the 6th position. Here's a 9 of Steve Bunomo coming down across stripe on his 2nd lap. And he's going to jump up into the 5th spot. So a great lap there for Bunomo, as here's Jason Ross coming off of turn number 4 and to the stripe. Keeps it off the outside wall. And his 2nd lap is going to be a little bit slower, as Hunter Simpson goes to the top of the leaderboard with Andrew St. Cyr going 2nd quickest. Here's Ray Rittenor. 2nd place in points, was your points leader for quite a while. Coming down across the stripe, and Ray Rittenor going to go 5th fastest. So see that 5th fastest spot come into play quite a bit here tonight. Here's the 13 of Kevin Thompson off of turn number 2. Down into turn 3 on his final lap here. And across the stripe. And Kevin Thompson is going to stay in the 13th position, as Kevin Hash comes across the stripe on his first of 2 laps. Michael Samia also out on the racetrack, getting their laps underway. Hash goes 21st quickest on his first lap. Down into turns 3 and 4 with about a minute and just over a minute left here in qualifying. Hash across the stripe, jumps up into the 12th position, as here is the 79 of Mike Samia. Down off of turn number 4 and across the stripe. And Michael Samia is going to go up into the 4th position. That looks like it's going to be all that's going to be able to get their qualifying underway here tonight. So again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. See a couple people already chatting on YouTube. We see STRC says, "Come on, Nate, let's get it." And BMAC on YouTube says, "Yeah, Andrew, great starting position, high number 12." Talking about Andrew St. Cyr currently showing the 2nd on the speed chart. As we have about 10 seconds left here in qualifying before we get everybody starting to grid. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or Twitch. Don't forget to check out our great partners listed down below, including The Butt Kicker for all your gaming haptic needs. Check out The Butt Kicker. They're a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of butt kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. To figure out which version of the butt kicker is right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Of course, our great partner over at NASCAR Trackside Outlet. NASCAR Trackside Outlet's an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of Cup, O'Reilly, and Craftsman Truck Series cars, as well as full-size mini helmets, flags, coolers, jackets, and apparel. So check them all out over at their website at Trackside NASCAR Outlet, or you can visit their Facebook at Trackside NASCAR Outlet, or stop by their store. Of course, don't forget to check out the Doghouse Racing League's website for all your stat standing news and more. Link down below at doghouseracing.com. Let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight. Oh, that is way too deep in the field. On the pole here tonight will be the 5 of Hunter Simpson, with Andrew St. Cyr rolling off from the 2nd position. Frank Hughes Jr. in the 61. He'll roll off 3rd, with Jamie Horn in the outside of row number 2. And then Ray Rittenor and Kenneth Byers make up row number 3. Mark Dumont in the 14 will roll off 7th, with Chris Leftwich in the 83. From the 8th position, Jackson Sibley and Stephen Bonomo round out your top 10. Tyler Millette in the 94 rolls off 11th, with Kevin Hash in the 12th position. 13th will be Mike Leftwich and Michael Samia in the 14th position. Kevin Thompson and Christopher Simon back in row. I'm sorry, row number 8. Row 9 will be Nathan Lawrence in the 97 with Matthew Smith back in 18th. Michael Dow and Jason Ross will go round out your top 20. 21st, Justin McMahon. Richard Leclerc back in 22nd. Brandon Trush and Gary Mio make up row number 12. Row 13 will be Josh Cully and John Smith, and rounding out the field will be Adam Gardner and Bill Gentry. As the field gets ready to roll here from Iowa Speedway. Of course, one more great shout out we want to give here. Of course, if you're a small-time race team looking for some swag, or you're looking to pick up some Adley and Weese's racing gear or some novelty t-shirts as well, check out IntensityRacing.com. Get a quote today. It looks like Hunter Simpson's going to take the outside here on this start, putting Andrew St. Cyr down to the inside. Odd History Boy says, woo, in the chat. As the pace car's going to go one more time, we'll get 2 laps in before we go green flag racing here for 100 laps. We'll see the stage at lap 50, unless we have 2 cautions before then. Then there will be no stage break. But if we only have 1 caution or even no cautions before the stage break, then we will have a caution on lap 50. But we're set for race number 6 here from Iowa Speedway. And it looks like my chat just cut out. Nope, I got it back. So we are good. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Hunter Simpson going to lead him to the green flag up on that high side. Andrew St. Cyr down on the low side, looking to get a good jump here on this start. As the pace car peels off, and we wait for the green flag. And there it is, it flies, and we are racing here at Iowa Speedway. Hunter Simpson trying to get a good jump here as they come down through turns 1 and 2 for the first time. So Andrew St. Cyr holding on tight on that inside lane. He's got the 61 of Frank Hughes right behind. As St. Cyr dives down, pushes hard down into turn at number 3 as they come off a turn at number 4 for the first time. And Hunter Simpson's just barely going to have the lead as they came across the stripe that time. And caution is flying. Looks like it's for the 26. Ooh, Frank Hughes Jr. on pit road as well. Let's go bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night. As we try to see exactly what brought that one out. Looks like it was for Jackson Sibley back in the back of the field here. Oh, the 61 Frank Hughes got turned. And then the 18 hit the brakes because he saw the smoke. He ended up locking him down on the backstretch, but really it was Frank Hughes that brought that one out. So let's take a look here, see what happened to the 61. Oh, just got loose on his own. Jamie Horn, nowheres to go. Makes contact, and that brings out our first caution as we see a few drivers making their way down pit road. See Kevin Thompson, Gary Amio, Adam Gardner on pit road, Josh Cully, Bill Gentry. Jackson Sibley stayed out, and I know it looked like a pretty harmless slide, but from experience, that can really hurt the tires here. even that little bit of a slide. So we'll have to see how he's able to hold on after taking that big slide there down the backstretch. And Andrew St. Cyr was able to get the lead coming to the caution. Excuse me while I take a drink. So Hunter Simpson going to be back in the second position. Ken Byers and Jamie Horn back in row number 2. Mark Dumont, Ray Rittenor back in row 3. Chris Leftwich, Stephen Bonomo, row 4. And then Tyler Millette and Kevin Hash round out your top 10. As we're waiting for the lights on the pace car, should be coming off this time by. We'll have the one to go where we'll re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here on lap number 7. So as I come across the stripe this time by, should see the lights on the pace car turn off, which they do. We got one lap to go. We'll re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here from Iowa Speedway. We got 17 people watching right now. Glad to see a big crowd in here tonight. Great crowd out on the track. 28 cars, actually 27. Frank Hughes has retired for the evening. So 27 cars still left on the race. Everybody's still on the lead lap. Glad to see everybody in here tonight. Again, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Kick, or over on Twitch, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. And hey, if you have a favorite driver you're pulling for here tonight, throw them a shout out here in the chat so we can show them some love. This pace car takes the hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. And Andrew St. Cyr going to refire on the low side as the green flag flies. And we are back racing here from Iowa Speedway. Already Jamie Horn trying to find his way around the outside of Hunter Simpson. For some reason, Jamie Horn showing as the 48 on the ticker. 98 on the track. As the caution flies yet again. Big mess in the back. Looks like Adam Gardner might have been involved. Oh yeah, Adam Gardner definitely involved in that one. We see him limping down on the pit road. A bunch of damage to the front end of that car. Josh Cully, I think, had a little piece of that as well. I was going to bring up our second wreckage rewind of the night. So because of that second caution there, we will not have a stage break. So let's take a look to see what happened to Adam Gardner here. Oh, it actually happened in front of him. Oh! Let's see who that was that got turned there. It looked like the 10 of John Smith. Down into the corner, we see Jackson Sibley up on the high side, and yeah, the 10 and the 13. Kevin Thompson just makes some contact. Two drivers going for the same spot on the racetrack. Adam Gardner just nowhere to go, runs right in the back of the 13 of Thompson. Go ahead and ride along here with Adam Thompson just so you can see how quickly this all happened and folded in front of him. Yeah, it's just nothing he could do at that point. Adam locked up. He was just a passenger at that point. As we see Josh Cully coming off a pit road. So a pace car comes across the stripe that time. Lights on the pace car are still on, so we'll go one more lap before we turn off the lights. course, again, tonight's series is brought to you by Trackside NASCAR Outlet. Trackside NASCAR Outlet is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of diecasts, including Cup, O'Reilly's truck, driver apparel, hats, jackets, and more. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by and check out their store. Follow them on Facebook or check out their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. So here we go. Lights are off on the pace car. We're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire. Andrew St. Cyr going to take the high side this time on the restart, putting Jamie Horn down to the inside. Ken Byers, Hunter Simpson back in row number 2. Simpson on the inside, Byers on the outside. Then we'll find Ray Rittenor and Mark Dumont back in row number 3. It's the pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. So you watch from the tower here as they come through the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Another great jump for Andrew St. Cyr up on that high side. He's going to diamond it right down in front of Jamie Horn. They come down the backstretch. Horn with the little run on the inside. Is he going to have anything for St. Cyr as they come down into turn number 3? St. Cyr, though, holding on that high side for now as they come across the stripe. Down into turn number 1 where he'll clear Jamie Horn and take sole possession of that lead. Hunter Simpson looking to the outside of Ken Byers. Ken Byers going to take that spot away into the 3rd spot, but here comes Hunter Simpson looking back down to the inside. As Andrew St. Cyr under attack from Jamie Horn again. St. Cyr got a little loose there, able to hold on to it. Please let me know if my stream is a little choppy. Just want to make sure everything's running good on that end. A little battle back here. We got Steven Bonomo, Kevin Hash, Tyler Millette all battling it out here. The 03 Hash to the inside. Clears Steven Bonomo. Bonomo up into the 9th position, up 1 spot from where he started. Back to this battle is Hunter Simpson. Going to take 3rd place back away from Ken Byers. And Mark Dumont under attack right now from Chris Leftwich. Leftwich working the high side. A little battles all over the racetrack. Tyler Millette and Nathan Lawrence battling it out for the 10th spot. Lawrence just took the 10th spot away and is up 7 spots from where he started. Another driver making their way through the field right now is the 79 to Mike Samia. Trying to work to the inside and getting around Brandon Trush in the 23. Brandon Trush, another driver, up big right now, up 9 spots into the 14th position. As Samia trying to make a move around the 8 of Mike Leftwich. Another battle starting to heat up right here. This is between Justin McMahon and Jason Ross. McMahon, your points leader, coming into tonight. Always seem to find him there at the end when it matters. Slowly starting to creep his way through the field. Up 5 spots from where he started. As Jason Ross also up 5 spots, tries to take a look to the inside of Brandon Trush. Was not able to make that happen just yet. How about Jackson Sibley? A back up into the 18th position. Has not been on pit road. I know he had that big slide down the backstretch. That usually tears the tires up pretty good. Right now, though, looks like he's doing a good job working his way back up through the field. Here's a side-by-side battle between Ray Ritenour and Mark Dumont. Dumont up into the 5th spot. Ritenour trying to take it away on the high side. Right behind, we see Chris Leftwich go around Kevin Hash on the outside, move Leftwich up into the 7th position. Door-to-door off of turn number 2 for Ritenour and Dumont. Both drivers doing a great job here off of turn number 4, giving each other a lot of room early in this race. So Andrew St. Cyr continues the lead over Jamie Horn and Hunter Simpson. Christopher Simon and Jason Ross back here doing battle. Christopher Simon trying to take over the 16th position. I'd put him right where he started here tonight. But Jason Ross able to hold on for now. Meanwhile, right in front, we see Justin McMahon taking a look down to the inside of Brandon Trush for the 14th position. And just in front of that, we saw Mike Leftwich and Mike Samia battling out side by side for a moment as McMahon continues this battle on the inside with Trush as they come down the front stretch. And we are a quarter of the way through the race. Chris Leftwich to the inside of Mark Dumont, trying to take over that 5th spot. Dumont runs way up the racetrack. He's going to lose a couple positions here as here comes Ray Ritenour trying to come by as well. If Dumont hit that bump, there's a bump up there on the high side. If you hit that, it pretty much sends you right up the racetrack towards the wall. Looks like he might have hit that, and that's what sent him up the racetrack, but gets it back under control and starting to pull back away from Ritenour as he's doing battle side by side with Stephen Bonomo. As Bonomo gets clear and Ritenour starting to fall back on that low lane. He's lost the position now to Kevin Hash. Here comes Nathan Lawrence looking up to the high side of Ray Ritenour. And I think the 87 might have burnt his tires off trying to race these drivers a little harder than he really needed to. As speed of racing hard, we got a battle up at the front for the lead. Jamie Horn trying to find his way around Andrew St. Cyr. Oh, almost some contact there off the corner. Both drivers able to hold on to it as they come down through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Jamie Horn tries to get the run, not quite close enough to get underneath the 12. Now he's going to look to the high side as they come through turns 3 and 4. Andrew St. Cyr able to get that good run to keep Jamie Horn behind for now. There's a 3-car battle right now between Kevin Hash, Stephen Bonomo, and Nathan Lawrence as they're coming up on the lap machine of Adam Gardner. Gardner being scored 17 laps down. Trying to stay out of the way of the leaders. Trying to gain as many points as he can out here tonight. Right in front of this battle, we see Chris Leftwich and Mark Dumont continuing to battle it out as Leftwich going to take over that 5th spot. Dumont, though, dives it back to the inside, trying to retake that position as they come off of turn number 4 and towards the stripe. Well, further back in the pack, we got some 3-wide action here. Michael Samia up on the high side. The 23 of Brandon Trush in the middle. Christopher Simon down on the low side. As they are also working right there around the lap car of Adam Gardner. And the 18 of Jackson Sibley also here in this mix. as they get things all sorted out. Now Michael Samia and Christopher Simon going at it once again. As here comes Sibley up through the middle. He's going to get around the 23 of Brandon Trush. He's going to take a look down to the inside of Samia. Move Jackson Sibley up into the 16th position. And oh! Hard into the inside wall. The 23 goes. Oh no! Believe that was the 82 of Matthew Smith. Ooh, heavy contact for Smith. The left front on that car is done as we see him coming, trying to get down on the pit road. Just barely going to be able to get by. That's going to bring out another wreckage rewind. My goodness, what a crash, as the entire field has to stop in turn number 3. So try to find the this incident here. Happens here right in front of the 23. Michael Samia gets up into the outside wall. 23 has to check up to keep from getting into the back. Goes for a big slide down, head first into the inside safer barrier. Sends him back across the track. There you see the hood go flying. Then you see the 83 of Matthew Smith. Did not see him coming. Let's ride along here with Smith and see exactly what he saw. You saw the car in front of him checking up. He tried to zig when he should have zagged, and right into the car, the 23, just sitting in the middle of the racetrack. So drivers making their way out onto the racetrack. Everybody just came down the pit road. Andrew St. Cora comes back off of pit road as the leader. Hunter Simpson in second. Jamie Horn loses a position, falls back to third. Chris Leftwich in fourth. Just McMahon and Ken Byers, your top 6. Looks like Just McMahon with a 2-tire stop. He's 9.28 second stop for McMahon. Gains him up into the 5th position. Kevin Hash, back in 7th. Mark Dumont 8th. 9th is Ray Ridner, and Tyler Millette going to restart here in the 10th spot. As the lights are now coming out on the racetrack, the sun is going down. The track is going to cool off. Speeds are going to come up. The grip levels are going to go up, and the intensity is going to go up. As the lights are off on the pace car, we're going to go green in one more lap, so we'll re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here from Iowa Speedway. Next week, we will be off for the Thanksgiving break. Both the Doghouse Racing League and on Wednesday night, the SCSRA will be off, so everybody can enjoy a nice evening with their family. So on behalf of ourselves and everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting, we'd like to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving next week. As the pace car gets ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road, Andrew St. Cora going to lead him back down to the restart zone where the green flag will fly. We will go back racing here from Iowa Speedway. A little bit of a checkup in the middle of the field, but everybody gets going. Oh, and as I say that, Mike Leftwich gets a little loose there. They're able to keep it going, but I think Christopher Simon has a little bit of damage here. He is down on the inside. Looks like he might be peeling off. No, he's not peeling off for pit road. He just Man, you got some damage in that exchange. I see the 83 of Chris Leftwich way up the racetrack. Looks like he might have caught the wall there. As he's working the high side of Ken Byers. Ken Byers looking down to the inside. Listening to race control here, sounds like somebody had a black flag. It looks like Chris Simon might have got forced down underneath the commitment cone for pit road. Win that exchange, but able to keep going. So this battle is continuing here between Ken Byers and Chris Leftwich, as Leftwich now able to clear Byers and move himself up into the 4th position. Justin McMahon, after taking 2 tires, back in the 6th spot, trying to make these 2 tires work. I'm sure he was hoping that, not hoping, but thinking a caution would probably come out relatively quickly and keep him on even peel. Right now, Kevin Hash looking down to the inside of Mark Dumont. This is a battle for the 7th and 8th position. Hash down on the inside. Dumont up on the high side. Dumont's going to take that position away. A little further back in the pack, Michael Samia looking down underneath John Smith, or trying to look down underneath John Smith. The battle for the 16th and 17th position. A gaggle of cars back here. Right behind as well, we see Richard Leclerc and Bill Gentry going at it side by side. John Smith up into the outside wall. It's allowing Samia to make the move down underneath as we see this 117 go way up the racetrack. Possibly catching those bumps I spoke of earlier. As we come to live action as Ken Byers goes around. Sounds like Justin McMahon may have gotten into the back of Kenneth Byers. Mark Dumont, who was having such a great run, caught up in this one as well. And again, that's going to bring up another wreckage rewind. As we pretty much caught that one live. See, McMahon kind of slides it down into the corner, overdrove the corner a little bit. Catches the 99, sends him right around. Mark Dumont just nowheres to go. We see the 03 just barely able to sneak by there. Ray Rittenor as well. So that was Kevin Hash in the 03 sneaking by. And, man, tough break for both these drivers. See Dumont trying to stay up high, out of the way. Waiting for the field to come by. So we are coming to the end of the stage right here. So anybody who trying to get stage points here, they're going to stay out on the racetrack here, as this is the final lap of the stage. Looks like Andrew St. Cyr will be your stage winner. Hunter Simpson in second. Jamie Horn in third. Chris Leftwich fourth. Justin McMahon back in fifth. Kevin Hash sixth. Ray Rittenor seventh. Steven Bonomo, Jason Ross, and Tyler Millette, your top 10 for stage. Now we should see quite a few drivers down on pit road here. We'll see a variety of different strategies. So we're just waiting to hear if pit road. Yep, pit road will be open here for the stage drivers. And here comes the entire field down pit road. Well, not the entire field, just a few drivers coming down pit road. A few drivers staying out on the racetrack. We see Jamie Horn stays out, Kevin Hash, Stephen Bonomo, Tyler Millette. The for Bill Gentry stays out on the racetrack, Richard Leclerc, Gary Armio. John Smith also staying out here, Michael Dow, Christopher Simon, Nathan Lawrence, who will get an EOL. He did come down that first time, even though he was not part of the stage points. He did come down pit road, so he'll have to serve an EOL here along with Michael Samia. And Hunter Simpson is the first driver to come off of pit road with a 5.25 second stop. Ray Rittenauer comes off second. He had a 9.55, so 2 tires for the 87. 0 tires for Hunter Simpson. Andrew St. Cyr, first driver with 4 tires, off in the 15th spot. Josh Cully, it looked like he took no tires, but he's coming back down pit road. So a variety of different strategies here. In fact, we can pop these up here. Let's see if we can find the pit strategy here. Pit stop time. And you can see the drivers that came down pit road, those who did not go down pit road, how long their stint's been, and how many positions they've gained since the start of the race. So quite a few different strategies here. There's your pit lane time. So it gives a big difference of where everybody is. As the lights are off on the pace car peels down onto pit road. Jamie Horn leads them back down to the green flag, and we go back green flag racing. Great jump for Jamie Horn. So he's able to clear Kevin Hash. Meanwhile, side by side, Tyler Millette, Steve Bonomo. Millette got able to take over that 3rd spot, put him on the podium currently. And Jamie Horn out in clean air is a dangerous thing for the rest of this field. Christopher Simon looking to the high side of Michael Dow. Ooh, a little further back, we've got one sliding around. Looks like Michael Samia having some issues. He is down into the inside wall. We stay green, but let's see if we can see what happened to the 79. Oh, just lost it all by himself. Takes the long, lazy slide down to the inside wall. But he's able to refire it and get back going. As we have 44 laps left in the race. And the caution flies once again. It looks like it might be for Kevin Thompson. We see down on pit road. Oh, there's a couple cars involved in this one as we'll, this one starts back with Chris Leftwich, it looks like. Leftwich just loses it by himself, overcorrects. Thompson, Gary Amio involved in that one. Heavy damage to all three cars. So that's going to bring out the caution once again for the 5th time here tonight. And it sounds like Chris Leftwich is going to be, that's going to end his night here tonight. Fortunately, too much damage for the 83 machine. See, Brandon Trush is still on pit road as well. A lot of damage to that 23. It's like his night is pretty much done as well. Gary Amio on pit road. It's being scored currently 1 lap down. Michael Samia, he is the first car, or the last car on the lead lap currently. Saw him have that lazy spin. Doesn't look like too much damage to that 79 machine, as we'll see as it comes by here. You see that damage to the right rear there, but really, I think that's really the only damage I'm seeing to this car. So he should be able to make it to the end with no issues. As the lights are off on the pace car, we're going to re-rack them or restack them and get ready to refire here. Kevin Hash going to choose the inside lane. John Smith on the outside. Andrew St. Cyr and Christopher Simon back in row number 2. Ray Rittenor, Michael Dow, row 3. Jason Ross, Nathan Lawrence, row 4. Josh Cully, Jamie Horn back in row number 5. So some new players here up at the front, as we're going to have 40 laps to go. The green flag flies yet again here at Iowa. Great jump for Kevin Hash, as he's out in front of Andrew St. Cyr now by about 2 or 3 car lengths. St. Cyr able to clear John Smith. As the yellow flies again, it looks like it's for the 5 of Hunter Simpson, who's looped it around here in turn number 3. See if we can find what brought this one out here. So, oh, right there. Looks like Bill Gantry bounced off the wall, came right down into Hunter Simpson, turned him around. So that brings out our 6th caution of the night. couple drivers coming down pit road, Bill Gentry and Hunter Simpson. Coming to get a little bit of damage fixed. Again, next week we will be off for the holiday. We'll be right back here on December 2nd for 60 laps from Auto Club Speedway. Then we'll move on to Kansas Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, and then the chase will start right after the holiday season. We're going to have a little holiday break for Christmas and New Year's, and we will have a three race chase for the championship with the top 20 drivers. Talladega, Kentucky, rounding out the season from Homestead, Miami. The drivers get 2 to go here. Next time we cross the stripe, the lights on the pace car will be off. Kevin Hash going to be your leader. Andrew St. Cyr going to restart in second. John Smith, Ray Ritten are back in row number 2. Christopher Simon up into the 5th position with Jason Ross in 6th. Nathan Lawrence back up in 7th. Michael Dow in 8th. And Josh Cully and Jamie Horn round out your top 10 as the lights are off on the pace car. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here again from Iowa Speedway. So here we go. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn again back on the pit road. Kevin Hash going to lead him down to the restart zone. Green flag is going to fly yet again. A little wheel spin there out of the 03, but he gets it straightened out. Another great jump down into turn number 1 for our leader. It's Andrew St. Cyr back in second. Ray Rittenor up into the 3rd spot. John Smith got a little loose there coming off of turn number 2, but he's right back right back to attack Ray Rittenor as they come down the front stretch. Meanwhile, up front, Andrew St. Cyr on the attack. Right there on the back bumper, Kevin Hash, as he's going to take a look down to the inside. But not quite close enough to make that move happen. Back down to the inside. Andrew St. Cyr makes the move. Will he make it stick off of turn number 4 down the front stretch? And Andrew St. Cyr going to retake the lead here on lap number 70. Just 30 laps to go when they cross the stripe next time by. A little further back, we see Richard Leclerc in a battle here with Michael Dow. Mike Leftwich in this battle as well. And back up front, John Smith, Ray Rittenor. Door to doors. Here comes Nathan Lawrence with a dive down underneath John Smith. Trying to take over the 5th position. John Smith, Ray Rittenor still side by side, door to door off of turn number 4. giving each other some racing room here. Back into turn number 1. How about this Josh Cully up in the 8th position, caught up in an earlier incident. Now finds his way back up into the top 10, having a great run here, currently in the 8th position. As we got a gaggle of cars here. We see Jamie Horn in the middle of this mix as well. Christopher Simon. Ooh, a little contact there as the 03 has a little connection issue. Able to get it straightened out here. And how about Justin McMahon working himself back up into the top 10? Working to the outside of the 88. And I think Kevin Hash may have had a connection issue because I do not see him on the racetrack anymore. As Jamie Horn trying to go around the outside of Jason Ross to take over that 3rd position. Ooh, Ross washes up the track into the side of Jamie Horn. Able to hold on to it, but going to lose quite a few positions. He's going to fall all the way back into the 6th position. With Tyler Millette looking up to the high side. See that train of cars up on the high side right now, trying to march their way forward as Justin McMahon under attack now from the 88 of Josh Cully. And now Ray Rittenor, 2nd place under attack from Jamie Horn as they go down across the stripe. We're going to have just 24 laps to go. Andrew St. Cyr over a second ahead of this battle for 2nd. As Jason Ross made a 3 wide for a second there in the middle, drives through it and up into the 5th position. That was an incredible move we saw just off the corner of our eye there. More 3 wide racing behind. And Steven Bonomo going to look up to the high side. Josh Cully on the inside. John Smith now stuck up on the outside as Justin McMahon goes through the middle. Great racing here in the middle of the pack. Jamie Horn able to clear Ray Rittenor, put himself up into the 2nd position, and now he's setting his sights on Andrew St. Cyr. Right now the gap, though, between St. Cyr and Jamie Horn is growing. It is just over a 1.5 seconds. Steve Bonomo up into the 7th spot now as Tyler Millette has moved up into 6th. And how about Jason Ross and Nathan Lawrence on a tear right now? Lawrence in 4th, Ross in 5th. Ray Rittenor struggling right now. He was last in on lap 51. Looks like he took 2 tires only, where Nathan Lawrence and Jason Ross both took 4. Same with Andrew St. Cyr and Jamie Horn. Josh Cully now down to the inside of John Smith. Cully going to try to take over the 8th spot. Mike Leftwich looking down underneath Michael Samia. But Samia going to hold on to that 12th spot currently. As Nathan Lawrence, side-by-side battle with Jason Ross, trying to take over that 4th position. Two drivers trying to battle it out here to try to go after Ray Rittenor for that final podium spot. Meanwhile, right behind him, Tyler Millette is coming in a hurry. Lawrence finally able to clear the 0-0. Takes sole position of the 4th position. Ross going to try to make another move down to the inside, but just not quite close enough to make that happen. So So we have 16 laps to go. Tyler Millette is right there on the back bumper of Ross now. We got a three-way battle right here. It's about to be a four-way battle for that final podium spot. As we got side-by-side battle. Ooh, Jason Ross barely makes contact with that outside wall. We got 15 laps to go, coming to 14 laps to go. Andrew St. Cyr still out in front of Jamie Horn by over a second. Last time by, both first and second place running almost identical laps. Andrew St. Cyr ran a 23:14 to Jamie Horn's 24:17. So very tight right there. While Nathan Lawrence, Jason Ross, Tyler Millette all running 23:30s and 40s. So these drivers all running about the same times here. Trying to run down Ray Rittenor. Well, Rittenor looks like he's going to be able to hold on to that third position for now. Great battle here, though, as here comes Tyler Millette looking back down to the inside. Jason Rosso on the high side as they're door-to-door, rubbing some paint down the backstretch. Ross able to hold on to that fifth position for now. Now they're going to look up to the high side as Lawrence tries to run the low side here through turns 3 and 4. Gets a little bit of a gap, little breathing room here to come across the stripe. 11 laps to go. A little further back, John Smith and Steven Bonomo battling it out for the 7th position. Bonomo's going to take that spot away. Justin McMahon back in the 9th position. He's trying to march his way forward as well. Only other real battle on the track is here between Michael Dow and Michael Samia. This is a battle for the 14th and 15th position. But right now the focus is right here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And right behind we see Steven Bonomo and John Smith continue to do battle with less than 10 laps to go here at Iowa. Mike Leftwich, Bill Gentry going at it door to door. It's a battle for the 12th position as we're going to take a look down to the inside, but Leftwich using that high lane, he's going to be able to drive off the corner here and defend that position. Meanwhile, just 8 laps to go. Tyler Millette finally gets his way around. Jason Ross moves Millette up into the 5th position. He's going to try to go after Nathan Lawrence here down into turn number 3. Ooh, almost a little contact it looked like between those two drivers. Lawrence got a little loose through the center of the corner. Able to hold on to it, though. As Millette still out in front of this group. As here comes Ross looking back to the high side off of turn number 2. Andrew St. Cyr still out in front, but that lead is shrinking as he has just over 3/4 of a second lead over Jamie Horn with coming to 5 laps to go. Last time by, Jamie Horn was about a 10th quicker, but he'd need about 8 laps to catch him at that pace. As 5 to go here from Iowa. As these three have been battling it out, it's allowed Ray Rittenor to increase his lead over these three. He is now solidly in that 3rd position. As long as he doesn't have any problems here, he should be able to coast on to a podium with just 4 laps to go. Bonomo finally able to clear the 10 of John Smith. And this group is gaining on this other group right in front of them with Tyler Millette Jason Ross and Nathan Lawrence, but here comes John Smith diving it back down underneath Bonomo. Smith's going to try to move that position, gets a little tight there. That allows Bonomo to get a great run off the corner as Josh Cully makes a little contact with the wall behind him. Just McMahon trying to hold on to that 10th spot over Christopher Simon. As here's Andrew St. Cyr making his way through turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch. Into turn number 3, we're going to take the white flag this time. Going to have a 1 lap to go here from Iowa. And Andrew St. Cyr with about a 1 second lead now. He's just on cruise control to take the victory here from Iowa. Down into turn number 3. Off of turn number 4 and down to the stripe. And Andrew St. Cyr is going to be a winner here at Iowa Speedway. Jamie Horn going to bring it home in second. Ray Rittenor back in third. Nathan Lawrence, Gale will run for the money there. They almost were able to catch Ray Rittenor and them. But great battle there in the back here. But Andrew St. Cyr able to get the win here tonight. He's going to come right down to the front stretch. He's going to celebrate this win right on the Iowa corn sign. Man, a great battle in the middle of the field, but the win, not to overshadow the win here for Andrew St. Cyr, who burns it down here in the infield. Let's take a look at our finishing order. Again, Andrew St. Cyr getting the win. Jamie Horn back in second. Ray Rittenor in third. Nathan Lawrence and Tyler Millette make up your top 5. Jason Ross finishes 6th. Stephen Bonomo holds on to 7th place finish. John Smith back in 8th. Josh Cully and Justin McMahon with a top 10 in the 10th position. Christopher Simon brings it home in 11th. Mike Leftwich in 12th. Bill Gentry comes home 13th with Michael Dow and Michael Samia rounding out your top 15. Richard Leclerc comes home in 16th. As the last car on the lead lap. Hunter Simpson 1 lap down in 17th. Kevin Hash in the 18th position. 19th was Adam Gardner, and Brandon Trush comes home in 20th. Christopher Leftwich back in 21st. Gary Amio in 22nd. Kevin Thompson comes home 23rd. Kenneth Byers in 24th. Jackson Sibley 25th. Mark Dumont, Matthew Smith, Frank Hughes Jr. round out the field here tonight from Iowa Speedway as we get ready to talk to our top 3. Let's see if we have them in the waiting room yet. We do, so let's start with our 3rd place finisher. And that will be Ray Rittenor. A little issue here on my side. There we go. Ray, you got Josh over the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, great run for you here tonight. Coming home in 3rd. Might bring you back your points lead that you were holding on to most of the season. But a hard race. A lot of hard racing up there in the front. A great race overall. A lot of cautions, but you're able to bring it home here on the podium. Looks like you took 2 tires on that last stop. Talk us through the strategy there at the end. Try to get the win.
Yeah, tires weren't that old, and I didn't want to take 4 and be all the way in the back, so I figured 2 would get me a little bit of track position there, and I think another caution came out, and a few guys pitted, which put us up in the top 5, and tried to battle with Jamie there at the end, but I didn't have anything for him. So, but yeah, good win to Andrew there.
Yeah, great battle behind you too as well. You saw those three coming at you pretty quickly. They almost caught you there at the end, but you were able to hold on. Did you see them coming in your mirror? Did you know they were approaching you that quick? And did you have a plan to hold them off if they got to you?
Yeah, if one of them got loose, they probably would have caught me, but they were battling pretty good. They were staying about a half a second behind me the whole time, but then kind of hit a couple lap cars there, which slowed me down just a little bit, but I was able to keep the position.
Well, again, great run here tonight. I know we have the off week next week, and then we go to Auto Club Speedway. How do you like your chances after the break?
We'll see. Auto Club's always fun. It's a fast track. It's drafting track, so it'll be interesting.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Good luck in a couple weeks. And before we let you go, anyone want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, like a shout out to my teammate Kevin, my sponsor Lucky Dogs, and you guys for putting on a good broadcast all the time.
Awesome, man. Well, appreciate that. Again, congratulations on the podium. Good luck. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, same to you guys.
Have a great one. So that was your third place finisher, Ray Rittenauer. Let's bring in your second place finisher here, Jamie Horn. Jamie, you got Josh up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, great run for you here in second. Didn't have anything for Andrew St. Cor there at the end, but man, a great run for you. I know you're not running for points here tonight, just kind of trophy hunting, but talk us through the race and the strategy there, as it seemed like everybody was on a bunch of different tire calls there at the end.
Yeah, whenever Andrew and them went in I don't even know what caution it was, just after 50 somewhere, I think, or before 48. When they went in, I'm gonna do something different since I'm not going for points. I'm gonna stay out longer, and I, I, I don't think it was a bad call really. It took me too long to get back through the traffic to get back up there, and by the time I started making distance on him, I'd already pretty much used the tires up, especially whenever me and Ray was battling for 4 or 5 laps side by side, and just heated the tires up and didn't really have it to be able to get there at the end. But good run by Andrew, good call. Yeah, it's a fun track, one of my favorite tracks, so it was a fun race.
For sure. Iowa's one of those tracks where, yes, there was a bit of attrition, but there is also a lot of hard, great racing out there tonight. Talk us through the track. I know the track's been quote unquote repaved in the corners, but it seems like there's a lot of grip down on the bottom now that never used to be, and that makes this track a little bit racier. You used to kind of want to be up on that high side. Now that bottom lane seems to be coming in. Talk us through what you're able to do to run that line to get moving through the forward, and how much that really hurt the tires being up on that high side.
Yeah, the bottom lane's got a ton of grip. You got to be careful when you come off the corner. I think there's like a little hill or something, pretty much about in both corners, that if you're full throttle, you can really get the car loose. And then if you do that lap after lap, you're just killing your tires. So trying to manage the grip that you got in the corner with the lack of grip coming off. And the high lane's fast, but I don't run the high lane at very many tracks at all. I'll use it to make a pass, and that's about it. And to try to save tires, I'm going to be on the bottom most of the time. Because for me, I save tires better being on the bottom. But the high lane definitely will work here. I when with fresh tires, it's definitely faster. I don't really know tonight on a long run being up there on older tires. I never really went up there too much, and but yeah, bottom lane definitely has a lot of grip, just not coming off.
Well, in 2 weeks, we move on to Auto Club Speedway with the break next week. Talk us through that track and, what you like about that track and how you think you're going to fare there.
It's a fun track. It's one of those tracks. I don't know if I've raced them in ARCA yet. We might have last season. I don't remember. But from the other cars I've raced there, you kind of have no separation for the most part, and so it's hard to get separated. And it'll be a lot of hard racing the whole race, but I think it'll be whoever can be fast but save your tires at the same time. That's going to be key next week, and I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see a pit strategy come in play I have some ideas of something I would do that I'm not going to share on the broadcast tonight, but but I got some ideas that something that might work, and so that's a really fun track. It's fast and things can go wrong real quick too there.
Awesome, man. Well, we look forward to seeing how your plans work out there. Of course, before we let you go, anyone want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, shout out to you for putting on the broadcast, Daniel for putting on the league, all the admins that help run it, our sponsors, Trackside NASCAR Outlet for sponsoring the series, Group 6, Shoney's Butt Kicker, SSR Designs, Nap Daddy Designs, everybody that sponsors the league and helps out. Good job to Andrew on the win. Always fun battling with him. And good job to Ray on third. And shout out Mom at home and look forward to next week.
Awesome, man. Well, next week there won't be anybody here. We're taking the week off for Thanksgiving break, but we'll see you in 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely try that.
Have yourself a great night.
You too.
That was your second place finisher, Jamie Horn. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, Andrew St. Cor. Andrew, you got Josh up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Josh.
Man, I know a couple weeks ago you ended up on the podium. You said, man, these cars are a blast. I think I'm going to run more of them. Come here to Iowa, get the win. Still feeling the same way about these cars?
Absolutely. What a blast. I mean, it's so much different than what I'm used to running. Like running cup car and, you could, pardon my, be careful what I say, but you can beat the crap out of these things. Like, it's like drive in hard, heavy braking, and then mash the gas. And it's fun.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a lot of fun.
These cars are an absolute blast. Man, it seemed like a lot of different pit strategies out there tonight. We saw people on no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires. What were you able to do? What was your strategy coming in here tonight to kind of keep yourself up front there? And then once you had the lead, what were you able to do to keep yourself out there with these guys out there on a plethora of different strategies?
Yeah, like it started off at the very beginning. I was very fortunate when Hunter decided to take the outside to start the race. I felt really good about the inside line and knowing that it was the initial start. We would be going on the green flag. He wouldn't have the chance to jump early, and I really felt as long as I could stay under him going into one. Through my practice that I did, as long as you get your lefts on that line, you can wrap the line, mash it, and you've got a lot of grip. So I felt like he was going to have a really hard time getting by me on the outside. He may have, if he wanted to continue to push hard, but I was committed to that bottom groove and battling. So fortunately, I was able to get out front and lead a number of laps until I think we had a couple cautions, and there was that one cycle there where I went in and pitted, and I really thought where we had if we topped up the fuel around lap 50, 51, whatever it was, I thought we would get everybody coming in, honestly. And, that's the thing with being a leader. Sometimes you don't really know what everybody behind you is going to do. And so I went in thinking I could, make it to the end, understanding that if I took tires, and which I did, I would have one set left for later in the run if need be. So yeah, that's what I did, and fortunately, and Jamie and a number of people stayed out, but by the time they pitted, I think I only had 4 or 5 green flag laps on my tires. So, but of course, then I was able to cycle out near the front, and they were kind of back in the pack. And I felt as though if the run went long enough, that the tires would obviously even out, and we wouldn't get they wouldn't have as much of a tire advantage. So, and it all worked out. So I got really lucky, but luck happens sometimes, and I'm fortunate. But I think Jamie was definitely going to give me a run if he could have got to me, and I got to thank Ray for battling with Jamie the way he was, with probably 10, 15 laps to go. That was probably the difference maker from Jamie getting to me. So.
Well, he answered all my questions right there, so thank you for
that. Listen. I like to talk, and I
didn't
think
even have to say anything. So
I think I like to talk, and I get pretty amped up with wins, so I'm pretty excited. So, listen, thank you so much for the broadcast, and I can't wait to go back and watch it, especially with getting a win. It's going to be fun to watch.
Well, in 2 weeks, we move on to Auto Club Speedway due to American Thanksgiving next week. Of course, how do you like your chances there at Auto Club?
Well, I would like to think I, have a shot at doing well. It's going to be really interesting. I suspect the tire fall off there at a big track is going to. There's going to be it's you're not going to be able to drive it the same way we drove the short track for sure. So multi-groove racing, obviously, lots of lanes. It's going to be quick. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm probably going to jump on here sometime this week, maybe next, and run a few laps there just to see what it's all about. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, before we let you go here tonight, anyone who want to thank any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank the league. Thank Daniel. Thank the competitors out there. Jamie always gives me a run. Usually he gets the better end of me. So I was I guess it felt good to get one on him tonight. So anyway, they're few and far between. So anyway, and Jamie's always a great competitor out there. So I love racing against him. So makes me better for sure. Yeah, thank you for the broadcast. And I think looking at I'm on YouTube there now, just kind of looking at the chat. Looks like you were pretty busy tonight, getting lots of comments, which is awesome. It's great to see the fans engaged in the broadcast, and I'm sure for a broadcaster that's a lot more enjoyable than not seeing any. So it's well done, and well done on putting a broadcast on that's fun to watch and generates the comments and feedback. And a special shout out to BMAC. I see BMAC8926. That's my mom, and thanks for watching, Mom, and you're my good luck charm. So. All right, take care. See ya.
So that was your winner here tonight, Andrew Sankor, getting the win here from Iowa Speedway. Of course, we're off for 2 weeks, so we will be off next week. So we'll see you in 2 weeks here from Auto Club Speedway. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, I'll say it again from myself and everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting. I want to thank. We want to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving if you celebrate here in the States. I know Canada had theirs last month, but I'll make sure everybody is safe and returns back here next week. Of course, we'll be here tomorrow night for the SCSRA Cup Series here on Intensity Broadcasting. And then all next week, we will have no racing here on Intensity Broadcasting as all leagues will be on vacation. So again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Again, we appreciate everything. We appreciate you tuning in here, whether you're watching live or after the fact. It does mean a lot to us. And of course, as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over